Horror is one of my favorite genres, and I just got done playing a 2D psychological horror game on PS4 called Distraint. But should you greedily seize this one right away, or should you show restraint when picking up Distraint? Distraint is a 2D psychological horror game, originally released in 2015 but finally making its way over to consoles. The game has a different kind of art style to it, and the pixel artwork I thought was actually really cool and just added to the overall depressing and creepy tone of the entire game. Like always in my reviews, I'll show some restraint when it comes to spoiling too much about it. In the title, you're playing as Price, a young man just trying to make it up the corporate ladder. However, to do this and please the bosses and be able to earn that money, you need to evict people, just like the title suggests, Distraint, seizing property by distress. For example, the game starts off with you visiting an old woman in her apartment building and having to kick her out of there. Later on, you're going to the forest to visit a man who just lives in a cabin in the woods by himself, not really harming anyone. The whole game deals with that morality of doing bad things just to make sure that your life is that bit better, and is it worth doing those things. The game has a very kind of dark, depressing tone to everything, but I thought it fit the mood and atmosphere well, and I really did enjoy the story throughout. The only downside is it's unfortunately not a very long one, taking roughly about an hour and a half to 2 hours in order to complete it. Gameplay-wise, it's kept pretty simple, with basically just moving your character and interacting with various things in the background, characters, and then using correct items on certain locations. There's also a handful of puzzles that you'll have to solve throughout the game as well to progress. Pretty typical survival horror style of stuff. The inventory puzzles involved usually weren't too difficult, just traveling around the locations I was able to find pretty much what I needed to in order to advance the plot. The game doesn't bombard you with a lot of jump scares, and there's no combat or anything to do with. You do have to run away from some creatures and the like, but there really isn't a way to fail or die in the game. You do have to manually save, which is one inconvenience, but really didn't hinder anything. There's plenty of save points all scattered throughout the game. From the technical side of things, I didn't run into any problems as far as glitching or crashing of any sort. Distraint Deluxe Edition is available now on the PlayStation 4 for $5.99. It's also available on the Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. The game does feature a pretty easy Platinum trophy on the PlayStation 4. Overall, Distraint may be short, but the emotional story is well worth playing through for those that can get into it. I like the graphical style here, and all the psychological elements and creepy atmosphere throughout kept me playing to see the game through to the end, and I just wish it had a bit more, but I do look forward to checking out the sequel when it comes to consoles. With everything said, I enjoyed this one and recommend it to 2D horror fans. I'm going to be giving Distraint an 8 out of 10. That's going to wrap up this review though. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, I hope you enjoyed.